Welcome once again to the apocalypse. I am your guide, Nicholas, and today's episode of the apocalypse is brought to you by the adjudicated criminal Google, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and the right-wing grift/terror machine that is TikTok. Also brought to you by traitors in government, the Rubes, and Vlad Putin. And last but not ever least, the oligarchy, one of which was gunned down today as if we were already Russia. Next, we will have different factions fighting with guns in the lobby over the major companies of this country, just like in Russia. It will be great. I can't wait. Now, jailbirds everywhere and not a drop to drink. Peter Navarro, another jailbird, got nominated by the convicted felon, Donnie Shitbags, the adjudicated rapist, the adjudicated defamer, the adjudicated fraud. Nominated another jailbird named Mr. Navarro for a high-level position in government. Thanks, MAGA. Are you proud of yourself? You guys really like rapists, sex traffickers, felons, jailbirds. What's up with that, MAGA? No problem with any of it, right? It's all great. It's all going to bring some shining new utopia to America, right? Having all these grifters, traitors, rapists, ex-con, jailbirds, thugs, mobsters running our country, huh? South African, apartheid, emerald mine children, random oligarchs like Mr. Thale. All these people are now your government. Vlad, above it all, above all of them, who they are all afraid of. They don't want to piss him off. We know what happens when you piss Vlad off, right? People just, magically fall out of windows or downstairs, or magically, some random poison ends up in their food. Here in America, they handle it differently. They handle it with guns here in America. That's why a CEO was gunned down in broad daylight today. This is what you wanted, right, guys, in the oligarchy? All you people up there? Mr. Zuckerberg taking that Russian money? Mr. Sundar? Mr. Musk, of course. He ain't hiding it. Mr. Bezos, afraid to pick a side publicly, because we all know what you really want, sir. Is this what you all wanted? Because even though he's not in office yet, the spirit is out there. Do you feel it? That's why a CEO of a company was gunned down today. This is what I was trying to tell you people. It's happening fast now. And he hasn't even started his first day, the orange thing that you all propped up as you took that Russian money. CEO gunned down in broad daylight. My point is, the reason I keep repeating it, Because that don't happen in America. Only us dumb rubes get gunned down in broad daylight by some psycho. Never happens to congressmen or senators or people that, can afford security. Usually happens to the lower end of society as far as money goes. Well, we're in a new era now. We're in the apocalypse, baby. Now CEOs get gunned down right on the street. That's the Vlad Putin way. That's who everyone's emulating at the top. Pure, naked greed and oligarchy. Everyone's emulating it at the top. They all want it. They all hate democracy. They despise it. They all think if democracy is over, they'll all be just fine and be making money hand over fist. And none of these thugs or gangsters will come for their money or their life. Or both. I tried to warn you. I know a lot more people hear what I say than the view counter. Believe me. I know who's paying attention. I have to say it anyway. Even if no one's paying attention, I have to. I don't have a choice in the matter. I work for somebody. Unfortunately for me. Because I'm just wasting my time. Been wasting my time for years. I understand that now. I have to say it anyway. I am led to. So, guys, how do you feel about that? My point was, prior to you making the next Adolf happen, I said it doesn't matter how much money you have, how powerful you think you are, the clout you think you have. You're now in a new league. Vlad's league. Shit like what happened today. In Manhattan, was it? Right out on the sidewalk, baby. That's what happens. An oligarch utopia that Musk and you folks want to usher in. Are you man enough? That CEO that died today wasn't. Playing in the big leagues now. Are you man enough? You are the people with everything. Who do you think the targets are? For thuggery, for people like Vlad. Thuggery on the grand scale. Like when Vlad took Google's $100 million in 2022, I believe it was. As if it was nothing. Vlad pumped them with money for years, plied them with money. Because he knew, I'm just going to take it back in the end, and they'll say thank you. Because that's how I roll. And there ain't nobody that can fuck with me. That's Vlad Putin, and that's the truth. So, again, it's too late. You're already in this league. So I hope for all of your sakes, you're man enough to play in this level. I ain't got shit. They ain't gonna come after me except maybe to execute me for saying bad things. That's what they do in dictatorships. They don't like dissent. They don't like shit talkers. They like sheep. They're like oligarchs that want tax cuts when they already have billions. I tried to warn all of you. No one listens. It's a shame. Even when I had an audience before the adjudicated criminal Google defamed me and accused me of criminal activity. And then they became an adjudicated criminal, not me. I wonder who's right, and I wonder who's wrong. in that scenario. The company that's now famous and guilty of stifling any competition in other people's businesses, or the guy claiming they stifled his business and ruined it and defamed him. I wonder which one's telling the truth. Maybe you can figure it out. You guys are all real smart out there. Anyway, when your country becomes Russia, little children, those are the types of things that happen. CEOs get gunned down on sidewalks because thuggery reigns. There are no rules anymore. It's that simple. Do you like chaos? I don't. But you've chosen it, and the oligarchy has chosen it. I hope they man enough to handle it. Back to the jailbird thing. It seems it comes down to this. If you're one of the people that paid $2 million for a pardon, Donnie's got a job for you in the highest levels of government. If you're a jailbird, Donnie's got a job for you in the highest levels of government. If you're a traitor to your country, Donnie's got a job for you in the highest levels of government. If you're a relative or family member, Donnie's got a job for you in the highest levels of government. If you're a sex trafficker, Donnie has a job for you in the highest levels of government. If you're a rapist, Donnie has a job for you in the highest levels of government. If you're a criminal that has been pardoned, Donnie has a job for you in the highest levels of government. I'm not talking about an innocent criminal either that's been pardoned. Do you fit this criteria? Are you cruel and unusual? Do you shoot puppies for fun and then write about it in your book to catch the attention of an 80-year-old man wearing a diaper with a load of shit in it, so you can get some money and prestige out of it? Do you fit this criteria? Because if you do, even though the rest of humanity and no other place would ever hire you, Donnie has a job for you. Even though you probably couldn't get a job at the local Walmart with your record, Donnie has a job for you, because Donnie himself is a convicted felon, adjudicated rapist, adjudicated defamer, adjudicated fraud. So he's going to pick people just like him. We're watching it. Sex trafficker, rapist, jailbird father-in-law that paid 2 bills for a pardon, most likely. Jailbird, who just fresh out the pen, Mr. Navarro. I can't wait to see who the next pick is. I wonder what crime they will have committed, or what record they'll have. Because again, the rest of us peasants out here, we got to fill out job applications and all this stuff for shitty little jobs that don't pay us anywhere near enough to live. And if we check the box that says we're convicted of a felony, forget about it. If we can't pass a drug test, forget about it. When it gets up to oligarch level, though, when it's the presidency or a congressional seat or a Senate seat, the most important jobs in the country, no drug test. Don't matter if you're a convicted felon. Who gives a fuck? You can run for president these days and get reelected after you were convicted, after you steal classified documents. None of you care about anything. You'll never convince me you do, because you have the greatest traitor in this country's history before you, and it's obvious. And you people don't care. And you know who I'm talking to. What percentage of America? You can't tell anybody else anything again the rest of your life. You can't judge anybody for anything. You voted for a rapist. Indisputable, undeniable, inarguable. Hey, he's the guy that said grab him by the you know what, right? Nah, he'd never be a rapist. A guy who literally talked about grabbing women without asking. Because he can get away with it. He's a star. We got him on tape saying it. The rubes, not swayed. Tells me all I need to know about you people. Tells me I can never take you seriously. Tells me you'd be willing to hand your country over, and you have, to a orange-faced con man with a load of shit in his diaper who works for Vlad because he couldn't get loans in America anymore. He had to work with foreign banks. Because no one in America wanted to loan money to a fucking deadbeat who inherited $400 million from his daddy and got a small loan of $1 million to start his business empire. How sad are you people that you need a dictator in your life? Only the weakest of human beings need a dictator. Only the weakest of human beings want a dictator. None of you care about democracy or God or anything. Why? How do I know that? Because you put your morals, if you ever had any, your ethics, whatever, aside. To vote for, you proved it to the entire world, all of you. A convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, an adjudicated fraud, an adjudicated defamer. Like it was nothing, you did that. And you handed your country over to a foreign power and foreign oligarchs. They won. You lost. Despite you smiling driving down the highway in your pickup truck with the MAGA sticker on the back. I know you think you won. You didn't. Vlad won. Everyone else is the loser. So that's where we're at. If you're a jailbird, if you're a sex trafficker, if you're a rapist, if you're a convicted felon, if you're a pardoned felon, if you're cruel and unusual, Donnie's got a job for you. Sad to watch our country become this because of you. And you know who you are. I wonder how bad it'll be. I'd rather not find out. I'd rather just be wrong. What am I trying to say here at the end? I don't even know. We all watched everything take place. Yet so many were okay with it because the person had an R next to their name. And for anyone for even a split second to think this was the wise choice, that terrifies me. And it should terrify everyone. This is not going to end well. Have a nice evening.